Good evening, Super Metroid fans. I bet you thought today was going to be a quiet race with no commentary. However, here I am, fresh from a wild family adventure. I did hear that we have a Red Tower start, so that's pretty exciting. I think Red Tower is a great place to start out because of all the portals. However, it can be kind of gated by quite a lot of things because you need super missiles, you need power bombs to access locations. Looks like cassidymoen is missing their power bombs. Meanwhile, it looks like I think I'm back. My device kicked me out for just a minute. So our tractor beep is doing a really beep to the bop, beep to the boop. Sorry, buddy. That will bring me up to speed from where we are. However, I cannot look at the map that I was sent at the same time I'm doing commentary because then it kicks me out of doing this. So I will just kind of do my best. We know where some of the portals are. For anybody that might not be familiar with the logic, we are doing a lot of crazy stuff this week. We have random starting location. Items are fully randomized. Areas are fully randomized. Bosses are fully randomized. The only thing that seems to be vanilla is the Samus splice that we're seeing from both cassidymoen and kupppo. But very, very good that both runners have their morph ball. Both runners have various suits, so we're not going to have to worry about any hell runs here. It just kind of seems the way the seeds have played out that seeds that end up with an early Varia suit this week have had pretty trolly gravity locations. But, you know, the randomizer can kind of help sort that out a little bit. You can have some utilities that'll help you get around using the gravity suit. I don't see any of those so far. So it's very early on in the race. The other thing we seem to be lacking are timers. So perhaps later we'll be able to figure out what time our runners finish if I get a chance to get into the race room a little bit later. But I am dealing with a small number, a very small number of, what do you call them? Devices. Boy, oh boy. Anyways, cassidymoen and Upper Norfair, doing the Upper Norfair checks. We've got 2 majors we can find there. Green Brinstar has 3 majors, so high jump boots right there. So right off the bat, if Kupppo manages to get some energy tanks, having those high jump boots will make a Lower Norfair lava dive much easier to go for. And we have charge beam, so there's not going to be any real ammo hunt for Kupppo. The ammo hunt that Kupppo is going to go on is going to be more or less dependent upon what their comfort level is with the beams that they have for things like the Ridley fight and Mother Brain. So just having charge beam, that's a 300 shot Mother Brain fight, and discounting ammunition would be the exact same thing on Ridley. So Kupppo definitely wants to make sure that they get a lot of super missiles. And here we have a second power bomb pack to go with this first power bomb pack. So that's pretty good. So power bombs are very, oh my goodness, a little low on energy right there. Should be okay. But 2 or 3 power bomb packs would be ideal for Turian if you don't find ice. I would say 3 or 4 packs would be ideal. 10 would be like, you know, just 1 pack short of panic mode. Getting that red door out of the way by Kupppo is a good idea to do that. You know, maybe you might be able to farm up some supers down here. We still have 1 major in each location. I didn't happen to see what the other Upper Norfair major was that cassidymoen had picked. I'm not sure if our tracker had noticed either. X-Ray, thank you so much, Beep, for that. I really appreciate it. I can see you in the chat, but like I said, I don't have too many devices, and I only have 1 monitor, so I can't look at the chat in SpeedGaming in the bot. So X-Ray at Speed Missile. Kupppo has charge beam, high jump boost. There's 1 more major in Green Brin. Green Brin and Pink Brinstar are that's probably one of the strongest. Ooh, and a spring ball. That's good. Maybe we'll see a nice spring ball jump from cassidymoen here to get to the reserve. Which, to be honest, well, you know what? If I was Cassidy, I would go for this. Pretty smart not having power bombs yet. This might not be our first set of logical power bombs, but sometimes you can find power bombs in some of the minor locations. So it's still worth Cassidy's time to look around Upper Norfair. Really having a hard time. I find the spring ball jump is, you know, it's doable, it's learnable, but it's very finicky because you got to find a way to pause it and get a wall jump and morph happening, you know, to the point where you can barely see it on screen. And it is pretty tricky. I learned it live on stream in a race one time that I lost because it took me 15 minutes to figure out how to do the spring ball jump off the wall. I have faith that Cassidy will either get this jump, and that actually looks good. That actually looks good. Let's buffer a jump. Come on. Oh no, off to the right. It's just maybe a little bit too high. But Cassidy knows how to do this, so we should be able to see this, and I hope that they're rewarded with at least 1 pack of power bombs. Well done, Cassidy. Didn't take too long. Finally, you got 3 E-tanks now for Kupppo, so that's pretty good. Especially considering that we were near death in Green Brinstar. Now in Pink Brinstar, we are running strong with 3 full E-tanks of energy. Going to do a little Mission Impossible check. Not a bad idea to systematically go through these checks here. I want to be a little more careful with the supers, but right now, without having bombs, you really have to worry about power bombs a whole lot more. You can reasonably farm supers. And there we go, cassidymoen with power bombs and 2 PV packs. Very cool. Very cool. So our runners, well, I would say, you know, Kupppo obviously has the edge with high jump boots and charge beam. I didn't happen to see which portal. It looks like our runners might have either gone on a big route deviation or, you know, perhaps Cassidy is just having a little harder time navigating through the game than Kupppo is right now. So I am very curious as to what our major item is going to be in Green Brinstar. It could very well be locked down in Waterway right below there, which we cannot access right now, but we still have the Wave Gate to do, and we still have Spore Spawn super locations. So 2 out of 3 locations that Kupppo can actively check right now. And we're going to see what this portal is behind Bubble Mountain, where Cassidymoen finally has those power bombs and can get through there and check and see what this transition is. And not the transition you want to see. It's nice to know where West Meridia is. I don't mind seeing 0 items in West Meridia. For me, you know, West Meridia is just kind of like a bridge between 2 worlds, kind of gets you from one area to the next, but, you know, it does not have a boss area. And it's not very item heavy as far as, you know, majors or minors are considered. So, you know, I wouldn't be too sad. And coupled with the ice beam. So we got charge beam, ice beam. I'm a little sad that Kupppo has these high jump boosts because we could see some, you know, low ice movement here. But anyways, you know, we got the low ice ammo loadout as far as our beams are concerned, a little bit stronger on ammunition than you'd be in a low ice run. So what Kupppo's probably hoping is like, all right, if I find gravity suit fast, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to be in go mode minus, you know, ammo. I mean, still be in full go mode. It's a long boss fights we're going to see, and actually has no way of getting out of the precious room, so doesn't want to find Dragon yet, but near go mode. Well, 1 more power bomb pack and you could crystal flash, depending on where Dragon is, if you don't have to worry about getting out of the precious room. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Anybody have any idea how long the race has been going? I'm feeling like 10 to 15 minutes. That's what I'm feeling. We have to kind of guess on this a little bit, folks. Oh, 18 minutes. Well, has the race been going on 18 minutes, or have we been on stream for 18 minutes? Because I know the runners, they have a 10-minute delay, so they started 10 minutes earlier before we started. Oh, you did. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's always a little tough when you come in here and, you know, a little bit after time, so... Cassidy getting an upper Norfair transition. Let's see where this goes. It goes to Red Brinstar. Where is the portal for Green Brin that Kupppo had found? Looks like it's at Red Brinstar. So if Cassidy plays their cards right, we'll hopefully go up Red Tower and find an entrance into Green Brinstar so that they can get their charge beam, ice beam, and oof. 2 major items being in criteria, that's really, really great. But if Cassidy does not find Green Brinstar soon, Kupppo has a pretty significant advantage as far as movement is concerned. Charge beam and ice beam, not that big a deal right now. This early in the seed, like those are really good things to have, but it's not something that's really going to make or break the difference between the runner's movement potential. But high jump boots really makes a significant difference with certain areas like Red Tower, certain areas like Upper Norfair. You know, Cassidy would have had a much easier time. Oh, almost a really beautiful spring ball jump across the moat. So that's pretty cool tech for anybody that thinks the only way you can do it is, you know, with either a horizontal palm jump or a CWJ. Ooh, that actually would have been the CWJ frame, but does not need it. So if we are Green Brin right now, like Chad is telling us, nope, we're Upper Norfair. Upper Norfair. Either way, I'm sure Cassidy will find their way there. Here we have another West Meridia. So it looks like we're going to have to go through Red Tower. So Cassidy already has checked all of Upper Norfair, seemingly. Have we seen Chronic Boost location yet? Okay, West. Okay, I see what you mean. So like West Ocean. The West Ocean transition. That's right. I'm sure at some point we'll all catch up here. Kupppo pretty much, you know, in the exact same area that Cassidy is right now. Might be happy to find the Norfair entrance because I'm not sure. All right, Kupppo, you're going to want to take off your high jump boots for this CWJ. And actually, if Kupppo doesn't get, well, what does Kupppo really need from Upper Norfair, you know? Transitions, maybe? I don't know. We got 2 criteria items. If I was, okay, Kupppo's going to do what I would think. So, we have 2 majors in criteria. If we haven't seen criteria yet, which I don't think we have, you know, you have the gauntlet play, which you can do with 10 power bombs. So Cassidy's smartly using a power bomb and going to go back and save right now. We have 2 locations here at landing site that we can check. Gauntlet's the smarter play. Oh, really nice jump with high jump boots on. I can't actually do that jump with high jump boots on. But Gauntlet has a potential of one, two, what, 3 item checks that you can do at Gauntlet. Whereas the Criteria PBs is just 1 check. And this being area rando and random start, suit restrictions are off. So we could conceivably find gravity suit in Criteria. Most of our randomizer modes do not allow suits to be in Criteria because those are the more readily available checks, and it would just kind of like, you know, finding a suit early on, one way or the other. But yeah, I'm assuming that. So is that where Varia's suit was found then, in Criteria, with Red Tower start? Okay, BT. All right, that's good to know. I mean, still, you know, two more. It is very possible. Plasma Beam is a good find. So that puts Kupppo in a very comfortable go mode minus gravity suit. If I'm Kupppo, and I don't know what their like comfort level is, but if I'm Kupppo right now, I'm like, dude, I want 1 more set of power bombs and a grapple beam, and then take my butt to Meridia. Let's go do some suitless Meridia. Yeah, Plasma's going to be really good. It's going to make boss fights a whole lot easier. The fact that Charge Beam is available, we not only have that extra firepower, but we don't have to worry about soft locks on Mother Brain, Batoon, you know, and that's really good. So, but I'm going to say, having found Green Brinstar already, Kupppo has a colossal advantage over cassidymoen. Even though it looks like they're pretty near even, high jump boots is just really too hard to keep up with high jump boots. We did see a runner in last night's race not go for high jump boots at Gauntlet, thinking that they could get to them later, and then never went back to them, and that ended up being very problematic. Kupppo, you want to be careful here. That's not good. I hope there's nothing good to the left. All right, well, we already saw Cassidy do that, and I forgot already. So Kupppo's only going to miss a super pack, but imagine if that was gravity and Kupppo had to go through that all over again. So we got Criteria PBs, 230, and Terminator. I definitely checked Terminator. I hope Cassidy did, but I didn't happen to notice. I think it was a power bomb pack. If I'm Kupppo, I probably want to go check 230 before. Well, no, I'd probably check the portals. And this is going to be a much more comfortable croc fight for Kupppo. And I'm going to say, I bet you gravity is at croc. It's either going to be gravity or grapple. That's what I'm calling. 2 majors. And from what we've seen already, you know, I mean, if it's Spacer, I'm just going to laugh. Watch how quick this fight is. Kupppo is just going to even the score. Boom. One-shot it. The power of charge plasma. Undeniable. Space jump, baby. So that's going to help Cassidy keep up a little bit as far as movement is concerned, but when you put space jump and you put high jump boots together, you're pretty much, the only thing you're missing is screw attack for the trifecta of just diesel power. Because not only do you have the real sick movement of space jump, real sick height of high jump boots, you get that screw attack, you just have that might where you can just, you know, that just strike fear in the hearts of your enemies. We got some bones. It's a barbecued croc. Poor croc. Croc was innocent. There, I said it. Yeah, you can do pseudo screw with charge beam. That is probably most relevant if you're trying to do like a low ice dragon kill, or if you're trying to do a suitless, well, that won't matter in suitless. But it's also could be relevant for Phantoon and rage patterns, but you know, pseudo screw can do a little bit of damage. I'm not too worried about it though. Varia's suit is really good protection against environmental damage, and it does cut enemy damage, I think, by 50%, and I think gravity stacks to cut damage by 75%, but I'm not entirely sure. Pseudo screw was in Logic last week. Oh yeah, right, in Plasma Room. Pseudo screw can help you kill the pirates in Plasma Room, so that's actually, Storm, you bring a very good point. That's really good tech to know in case you ever need to know, because that's an easy room to get soft locked in, and oh baby, I forgot about speed. How could I forget about speed? So kupppo, assuming they find gravity suit, have their Batoon access if they can't backdoor Meridia, not to, let's say Dragon is vanilla. I'm gonna apologize to myself for calling him Dragon instead of Dragon, like I prefer. And SpeedGaming 4 rating, very big raid. SpeedGaming 4, thank you so much. You're coming in at a pretty exciting time. We had a random start, was at Red Tower, and the big difference that I can see with the runner's route so far is that Cassidy found their way in Upper Norfair first, while kupppo was doing a green and pink Brinstar cleanup. Green and pink Brinstar had our charge beam, our ice beam, and our high jump boots. Various suit was found in Criteria at BT, and you had Morph Ball at the pedestal. And both of our runners have now just done the Frock Loop, and there we go. No. Yes, do it, kupppo. You want to do this lava dive. I know you don't have screw attack, but you have plasma. No, don't. No, where are you going? Go through Lower Norfair. Make that play. You've got a ton of tanks. I know lava dive can be tough for some people, but I believe in you. You can do it. But then again, I honestly, I am not very familiar with either kupppo or Cassidy. And you're right, Beep. Sometimes runners I play a lot of GT Classic. I do a lot of RBO, and those are two of my main categories. So sometimes I lack perspective on how difficult some of these things are. Actually, I got to give kupppo the heads up play right here for doing a little check and seeing this 230 missiles. Remembering there's an outstanding miner at Criteria. Pick it up. Now, if I've come this far and I'm kupppo, I'm gonna go check the last location in Criteria, and then I'm gonna go for the dive. But I mean, I already said before, I wouldn't even done this check. I would have just gone lava dive. What about Old Mother Brain? Have we seen Climb Supers or Old Mother Brain? Maybe that's what kupppo's doing. You have speed now, so this isn't logic. This could be gravity suit. I think with one major, did we see how many majors were in Lower Norfair? Maybe that's why kupppo noped out. Oh, we didn't see Billy Mays either. You have ice, kupppo. You can do this. Good job, GG. I like this play, though. I do. So I actually forgot about full countdown, and if there were no items in Lower Norfair, then that makes this play by kupppo make even more sense. Unfortunately, getting burned, kind of like a consolation prize, really not bad. Super missiles are good. We still have less than 30. We're going to see a nice spark here from cassidymoen. You very rarely do you see this, right into an E-tank. I think Cassidy's going to be happy to have that E-tank, especially going into Lower Norfair later with no screw attack. It's good to have a little extra energy. Plasma beam helps out quite a lot. But kupppo right now has just such a huge advantage from having already found pink and green Brinstar. And those are three, super majors you want to find. So we'll see. I thought a suit was going to be at Croc. Could be here. We haven't seen any Meridia items yet. Could be Meridia. Oh, you forgot Left of Morph too? Well, that's okay. And anybody that thinks I'm nuts, Kev, come on. You've been watching this. Nah, I was a little bit late. So I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this. I even told everybody, I said, look, if you need comms, I can do it, but I'm going to be late. So I had my kids out at a pool party before I came here and made it back just in the nick of time to only be 10 minutes late. So I'm catching up too. But yeah, there's quite a lot of items. If you take a look at Criteria and then you take a look at pink and green Brinstar, those are probably the most item dense locations in the game. Wreck Ship is pretty dense as well, but much more complicated to check. And only missiles there behind Morph. So maybe kupppo, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll find Turian here if we haven't found it already. Maybe this will be the back of Lower Norfair. Could also be East Meridia, could be Wreck Ship. I don't know. I don't know where everything is. Oh, beauty. We got 2 items in Wreck Ship. However, there is no guarantee that Fantoon is going to be here. Make sure you check this West Ocean missile too, Kupppo. So, Kupppo can kill any boss right now except for Dragon. Well, okay, Dragon is negotiable. If we find Dragon here, oh, and there's Screw Attack. Kupppo is armed to the teeth. Armed to the teeth. So, let's talk about bosses. If Phantoon's not here, we can't get anything except spooky missiles, and because of what you call Varia tweaks, the E-Tank location is also available. So there's 2 checks that Kupppo can do if Phantoon is not here. If this is Dragon, Kuppо's going to have to do a crystal flash in order to spark out of Dragon's room. Does not have to worry about Precious room. But that creates a very awkward and tough kind of damaging down because we don't have grapple beam. So I'm hoping we get one of the other 3 bosses. Kupppo can also check the transition toward the Forgotten Highway, which typically would lead toward East Meridia. Not going to do the spooky missile check. I'm not sure why. He maybe forgot about that room or just wants to check out the boss and figure that, well, I can get the item on the way out or I can get it after I reset, if this happens to be Dragon. But we'll see. No, Steffi, this is actually vanilla. So the randomizer tournament has finished already. I know it looks really weird for vanilla, but Nintendo decided that they didn't like how Deer Force designed the game and they wanted to come up with their own arrangement of rooms and items. They thought they could do a better job, but you know what? Can't top Deer Force, baby. Deer Force knew. They knew what the fans wanted. They knew what the people wanted. It's the most relevant video game ever made. Kupppo opting for missile and charge strats. Now you got to be careful about shooting Phantoon with a charge shot. That will make Phantoon run away right away. So you really want to hit Phantoon with missiles first. Cassidy doing this check, and let's see what they come up with. Just a missile, because heck this game. I don't know about y'all, and maybe I'm a jerk for saying this, but I want to see a full wrecked ship clear. I want to see him go through the backdoor portal and find Turian, and then have to completely backtrack and find Gravity Suit in Lower Norfair. Why? Because I'm a jerk? Well, maybe. But more because I just want more Super Metroid with all of you. That's the real reason why I'm here. And by the way, Phantoon at Wreck Ship is the best outcome that both of these runners could hope for, because it does open up the entire rest of Wreck Ship to be checked for items, so our runners can full clear Wrecked Ship. Nice little plasma clip there for Kupppo through the atomic. Cassidymoen showing really solid air Dopplers, well, at least in the first round there. Whereas the item is going to be either after bowling because that is long and annoying, or it's going to be in the annoying robots room because that's the room nobody ever wants to check when they play this game. Vanilla, rando, you name it. Annoying robots room is just annoying. It's going to be the last place they looked because after they get it, they're going to run away. I used to tell my mother that. Where'd you find it? Well, it was in the last place I looked. And she'd be like, yeah, duh. Because, you stop looking after that. I'm sorry. I'm all wound, man. I'm all wound. 3 hours at a pool party with kids and stuff. And then, coming here and trying to do this. Like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I made it. I survived. Without my wife, even. He's out of town. I was super dad this weekend. And then I ditched my kids to do this. I was like, no, all day is enough. I get Super Metroid time now. Leave Daddy alone. We'll talk later. Thank you, Beep. I'm happy. I'm glad I made it too. It's been a wild day. I woke up with a headache like you wouldn't believe. And it's still kind of there, but it's more faint in the background. But anyways, enough about me let's get back to the runners. We must have had an rage pattern that I missed when I was talking about my personal life there, because that seemed like an awful long time to spend in Fantoon's room. That was like watching one of my any percent Fantoon fights. Come on, nothing. Yes. I'm not cursing you on purpose, Kupppo. I just want more Super Metroid. We came for troll seats. That's what we're here for. This is why we have all these different weird settings. You know, we're really just trying to get a good idea of, you know, who the masochists are in the Super Metroid community. Why is that good knowledge? I don't know. Are the organizers the sadists and the runners are the masochists? Is that how it works out? Because some of these seeds are sadistic. I'm not gonna lie, and you know, and I know some people are enjoying these seeds. And you know what? I'm getting into this as a runner myself. Area is getting more and more fun. I think the tournament organizers, I think they had it right. Kupppo is going to get burned here. Kind of sucks. I think the wrecked ship item is going to be sky missiles. Don't ask me why. And I think it's going to be Spazer. Come on, everybody, get your Spazer icons out in chat. That's what we want, because we're all going to laugh when the runners Spazer themselves. Nice clip right there from Kupppo, using a little any percent knowledge. And look at the difference here between Kupppo, and Cassidy. Look at that, what Screw Attack does. No, Kupppo! Not good. Not good. All right, I'm changing it. It's going to be annoying robots. Both our runners are going to skip it, and annoying robots is going to be gravity. Yeah, not checking attic is bad. Yeah, I hear you, Storm. I can be a little evil when I'm on comms. I definitely can. You know? And it's more for the fans. You know, it's not for the runners. It's for the fans. Kupppo, where are you going, dude? Uh-oh. Here we go. What is it? What is it? Yes! All right, so that's good for Kupppo. Not so good for Cassidy. All right, so we have two items left. Vanilla gravity location. I'm sorry, we have the gravity suit location, and we have the wreck ship reserve. No, we already saw that. We have the Chozo statue location. I think Spazer would be the funniest item, right? It really would. Spazer would absolutely. We already saw maze missiles when we came in Storm. I forget what it was. I think it was an E-tank, but Kupppo did check it out with Kupppo did check it out with the space jump. Did the heads up play? So probably very good for Kupppo that there was no good item sitting at the attic missile location. I think Spazer would be the funniest item here, but it also wave beamer bombs. I'm just no gravity. I want gravity in lower Norfair, and I want Turian back a wreck ship. That's what I want, baby. Let's do it. Please tell me you're going to go check the other item. I mean, I get it, in and out, and if that was the thing, it would be the thing and all that. I don't know. I would always check this item first, but that's, you know. Anyways, come on, Kupppo, let's do this. Spazer. Kupppo's gonna write me, like, hate mail after this. Oh, it's the gravity suit. Anyways, that's very good for Kupppo. Cassidymoen is going to get this gravity suit, and Kupppo has a colossal lead by having charge ice and high jump boots. Like, just huge. Now, high jump boots aren't as big of a deal because we have gravity suit, so neither one of our runners needs to do a lava dive. They can just space jump. And at least one of our runners, I think it was Kupppo, at least one of our runners, Kupppo knows where to find that front of Lower Norfair. Now, it would be really good for Kupppo right here if this portal leads to, if this portal here leads to the back of Lower Norfair, that would be massive, massive for Kupppo, because that means that cassidymoen is like never gonna find pink and green Brinstar. Wait, Kupppo, you're just leaving? Why are you not checking the transition? It could be East Meridia. It could be Turian. Exactly, Storm. So I gotta say, I don't agree with this. I don't. You got a big, but then again, in Kupppo's defense, he knows where Lower Norfair is, at least where the front of Lower Norfair is. I think we're gaming. Kupppo's gaming, but making some very questionable skips. I don't know if they're skips because of lack of knowledge or if they're skips just because Kupppo's trying to get an edge up on Cassidy. Big problem with Cassidy is that Cassidy hasn't found green or pink Brinstar yet. And that's bad because that's where we have the ice beam, the charge beam, and high jump boots. Although right now, it really only ice and charge really matter. High jump boots is just more for comfort and movement. But if I'm Cassidy, I'm taking this save and then I'm checking the transition. If the transition at Backer X ship is crap, then I'm going to reset to the point where Cassidy is right now. So if that's what Cassidy's doing, that's yes, and that is a very, very strategic move. That is a very smart move, very heads-up play by Cassidy. If this is Turian, I'm going to be really sad for Cassidy. I've had a race like that before as well, because that's going to be a ton of backtracking when we're already at a deficit, not having charge in ice. Cassidy is actually, oh, you know what? Beep, I kind of hope it is Kraid. Like, that's mean for Kupppo, but that would actually even things out quite a lot. Like, that might even with the charge and ice, if this is Kraid, I think this puts Cassidy ahead. I think this would put Cassidy ahead, actually. By quite a bit. Because Cassidy will be able to find enough ammo. So this is a big moment. Like we thought, Kupppo's going to Lower Norfair from the front, knowing where that is, but I just don't agree with not having checked this transition first. I thought with the save Kupppo did that he was going to do that. Or they. I'm sorry, I forgot to look at the pronouns. I'm sorry. I'll just say they for now. I think I do remember Kupppo from an SRA race, but anyways, I digress. cassidymoen finding West Meridia, which we know has. Thank you, Beep. I really appreciate it. I do try my best to get that right. I definitely do. Cassidy doing a little thinking right now. I kind of hope the way this played out, I hope Cassidy finds green Brinstar from one of these transitions. Don't kill Seppi Fish. Why'd you do that? Fish didn't do anything. Or maybe it was Punk Fish. I don't know. I can't keep it together. I didn't see which way we were swimming. All right, Red Bryn. All right, Cassidy. I'm going to will you to green Brinstar. I know we can get there from here because I saw Kupppo get there from here. You know what the crazy thing is? Back of Lower Norfair could be Kraid. And if back of Lower Norfair is Kraid, pretty much GG for Cassidy. And Kupppo is barring a death, going to take this. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, you want to see the reverse acid dive. I mean, it's like an area only, kind of like thing we get to see it. It's not Kraid. Green Bryn for Cassidy. Oh yeah, that's right, because Cassidy's the one that's not in Lower Norfair. My bad. But anyways, I willed Cassidy, and Cassidy got there. So Cassidy's gonna get his ice beam. Cassidy's gonna get his charge beam, probably, and that's gonna bring the race maybe closer. So it looks like it's gonna be a battle of who finds Kraid and Turian first. We still don't know where East Meridia is. And it is very possible that East Meridia could be back of Lower Norfair and then lead to Turian. That would be interesting because then that's a lot of backtracking. And maybe Kraid is at the back of East Meridia, you know, or maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm having a really good time so far. This is an interesting race. Anything can happen. Neither one of our runners should have any trouble taking out any of these bosses. Like, I'm not worried about them being, yeah, I don't know why Kupppo's checking miners. I feel like, just by looking at it, I feel like Kupppo might be fairly new to Super Metroid, like within the last year or two. You know, or maybe it's just like a rando-only runner. I don't know. You know, I don't want to be hypercritical. Most runners that I know kind of know what their limits are, know what they can do. Like, I've been told before, like, you know, Kev, you do too many checks. Like, you know, if you can run low ice, you can run RBO. Like, you know, you don't need to have X, Y, and Z all the time. Like, you can play it a little dangerous. But, you know, sometimes in a race, you want to play it safe. You want to play it safe a little bit, you know? He might be checking for wave beam. I don't know. Maybe he's not comfortable with the well. No, there's no majors though, Ridley. No majors there. Now 3 majors in East Meridia. That's probably where wave beam is. So I would not be surprised if we get a wave beam here. But it would also be funny if it was Spacer, because I like humor. Kupppo, turn your ice beam back on, dude. More DPS. Like, way more. Yeah, unfortunately, like, I mean, X-Ray is good, but I don't think it's going to help Cassidy out all that much. But Cassidy found the entrance to East Meridia. We have everything we need to get through everywhere. I mean, both of our runners are in full go mode. Once we picked up that gravity suit, we're in go mode. There's the wave beam right there, so it probably is going to be Spacer, but maybe bombs behind Dragon. But, like, dude, just, well, Cassidy probably wants ice beam. So that actually, not having continued to clear green and pink Brinstar, not having that ice beam, we'll see if that's bad for Cassidy. Because it's not going to happen. Cassidy's not going to go back through there. It's just going to be going for the boss rush right now. But if I'm both of these runners right now, I am not checking a single anything. I'm not. I'm in go mode. I'm going to win the day. I'm going to, you know, not leave anything to chance to my opponents. Lots of E-tanks, lots of movement items, lots of firepower. Just go. Just go. Just map it. Find out where you're going. Make it happen. All right, everybody. Here's what we want. We want Turian or Kraid to be here. Just because it'll be more exciting. Where Kupppo is, out of the back of Lower Norfair, on the escape. That was actually a pretty good down grab there for Cassidy. Maybe it was just a little bit too slow to get the frame for the full halfie. But, you know, space jumping across is not that much slower. No need to save. We know a boss. You know, probably, yeah. I would say that Cassidy's probably going to continue to check for Ice Beam. But, like, Kupppo, just go, dude. Just go. Oh, and by the way, when I said find Kraid, I did not mean like, you know, we're Cassidy finding the boss. I meant like finding the Kraid location where we will find the boss that is going to be Ridley. So, because we've seen where all the... I thought Cassidy got the quick kill. We've seen where all the bosses are, and we know that in the Kraid boss location, it will be Ridley. So, that is likely to be the last boss we'll fight. So, we got 2 bosses down for each of our runners. Kraid left for Kupppo and Ridley. Dragon and Ridley left for Cassidy. And I'm going to say things are pretty even at this point. Kupppo does not know where... I don't know why we're still checking for miners. I really don't. I'm just going to... Oh, Kraid. Yes! Oh, we got it! So I'm excited about that. We are gonna get a reverse amphitheater. So, but what does this do to Cassidy? And where is Turian? Have we seen back of Morph? I feel like we have. Where's Turian? Have we seen maybe West Meridia? We haven't seen all the West Meridia transitions yet. Oh, that was Rex Ship. Okay, okay. No, I appreciate that. No, I wouldn't take any saves at this point. Cassidy, this is just like you're sandpitting. What are you doing? Are you going to go up the toilet here? Is that what you're doing? Maybe going for a plasma check? Maybe trying to get to Forgotten Highway? Is Forgotten Highway, have we seen that? Forgotten Highway is probably Turian. That would not be good for Cassidy, like, at all. Because Cassidy still has to do the entirety of Lower Norfair. I feel like, and see, this is what I said. At the crate location, we would find Ridley. I knew it. Because we've seen everything else. All right, so Cassidy looks like we're going to get... Okay, we're just going. Thank you, thank you. It's not worth doing plasma check for ice. It's not worth for you checking anything else, Cassidy. Just go. Well, this is Forgotten Highway right here. So Cassidy went this way coming in. I don't mind you correcting me and keeping me honest over here. It can be really tough to track these races. And I'm you know, admittedly much more of a vanilla runner, even though I am 4-2 in this tournament. I have a really hard time tracking area. And I did miss the first 10 minutes or so, so. Team effort, you know? I'll give the color commentary, chat will correct all my mistakes, and we will get the job done. I'm thinking this is Turian, where Cassidy is right now, and it looks like it is. That sucks. It's really good to have that knowledge, but Cassidy has way more backtracking to do than Kupppo. Like, all the way through Lower Norfair, all the way through the Crade area, and I do not know how close Cassidy is to Lower Norfair right now. Now, Kupppo's going to have to be mindful of his energy. He does not have Crystal Flash ammo, and does have to do the reverse amphitheater. Has screw attack, has space jump. Really shouldn't be a problem with this many tanks, but, you know, you break spin, you get hit by a couple pirates, and all of a sudden, you know, you're pooping your pants. I mean... Got to be careful, Kupppo. I believe in you. But I would like you to have a few more supers. Keystone, my... see, this is what I'm worried about. This is what I'm worried about. You got reserve... Oh, you got... Oh, okay. You got plenty. You're fine. My opponent is Apathy Duck, and due to scheduling and other circumstances, our race is going to be delayed. As it's going to be an async race. So I have already done my seed, and I am not saying anything about it because, you know, fair play. I want Duck to have a fair shot. So I wish we could do it. I wish we could stream it so everybody could see it, but just how it is. So, you know, I appreciate Duck working with me. I was really happy to work with Duck, and we found that async was the best scenario for the both of us. So thank you for asking. Yeah, this is just, you know, honestly, I'm going to say that I'm not very, you know, this is me being overly critical. I mean, I have knowledge that runners don't. I have had my fair share of, like, not stellar routing in some of my rando races, but you know, I approve a couple going this way. Well, actually, you know what? If I'm couple, I would have gone the other way. The other way's faster with screw attack and speed and high jump boots and space jump. And this way is more for if you don't have screw attack and space jump. But anyways, Yeah, I'm not too keen on the way the runners have routed this, but Kupppo is definitely has come out on the stronger side of routing than Cassidy. But you know, they're racing, we're not. They can't see what the other person is doing. And both of them have made, at least for the most part, justifiable decisions. And it's never too good to be critical of somebody who is racing. I mean, I play this game all the time. It's no matter how good I am, sometimes you get a seed that just doesn't vibe with your brain. And these seeds with like colossal backtracking like Cassidy has to do right now, like that super feels bad, man. I can see Cassidy right now is probably feeling like really far behind. Should know, I think, by the portals that Cassidy has not checked yet. Should know where at least Lower Norfair could possibly be. All of these seeds seem to do this. Like, I think somebody made like a correct. Yeah, so 31, we have what's called full item countdown or full countdown, and the number in the top left tells you how many major items are there. So major items are the ones you see on the tracker: charge beam, ice beam, wave beam, spacer, plasma, varia gravity, morph ball, bomb, spring ball, screw attack, high jump boost, space jump, and speed booster. And then the minor items, we at least in this style rando and full countdown, we consider E-tanks, reserve tanks, and ammo. We consider those minor items. And the other major items that I left out are grapple beam and X-ray beam. Yeah, Storm, you know, honestly, a lot of these races that we've seen have been won or lost by a runner, not by a runner making a poor decision, but by two runners making very good decisions and one of them paying off and the other not. And that is the reality of randomizers. So, you know, and I'm going to echo something that Kip had said one time in a randomizer. The better you are, the luckier you get. And now Cassidy's going to do this Lower Norfair loop that we saw. Now, here's the advantage that Cassidy has. Cassidy's going to go through here and has two bosses, because this will lead all the way to the back of Lower Norfair, which leads to the Kraid location. Kupppo right now is trying to figure out which portals he hasn't seen yet, because Kupppo doesn't know where Turian is and also hasn't found East Meridia yet either. So I'm still saying Kupppo is significantly ahead, but a lot of that depends on, you know, going the right places. And right now, Kupppo seems a little lost. And that's not good for Kupppo. It's good for Cassidy, but Cassidy's got a lot of ground to make up. Dude, what do you... I don't know why... Okay, thank you. It seems kind of like Fast Pillars is really cool, but I don't know. I guess I would have just ran and space jumped through there. I don't know. Playing randomizers can be a little funky on your brain. And you have screw attack. You don't need to do that, Cassidy. I mean, very nice worst room in the game. That's probably the nicest unnecessary room strat we've seen so far today. But who am I to talk? Honestly, I like come to my stream when I play randos. It doesn't matter what seed I'm playing. I'm tilted 5 minutes in. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Beep. You're like, no doubt. Oh no! That's not too far to fall, but that pirate's deadly. Now here's the other thing we have to keep in mind. Cassidy's going to have to be mindful of their energy, because we know that there is a reverse amphitheater required here. We've not had a timer 0. I don't know why. I was a little bit late for comms. So what we'll do is we'll try to peek in the race room when the runners are done to get the official race time. You know, Beep is on point, helping us out. Maybe I'll get in the race room. Trying to figure it out. I want to say East Meridia, I feel like was off of, it was after Seffi Fish. So it was a top of Fishbowl, or top of West Meridia, I think was East Meridia. I don't know, man. You know, honestly, I have seen like every week we have a new setting, and I've done like all 7 of my races. Dude, I don't know where anything is. And I call everybody dude. If you don't like it, tell me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, seriously. That's so it was meme route? Okay. I mean, it's going to be a battle here. You know, like I said, Cassidy has a lot of ground to make up, but Kupppo is really helping Cassidy out quite a lot here just by being lost. But we also have to think about Turian. If they arrive at Turian within like 30 seconds of each other, Kupppo has that ice beam, which, you know, it's. I don't think is as much faster against Metroid rooms as people think. Like, obviously, if you do it like optimally, you know, it is significant, but you know, it's not like a minute, you know. And but that ice beam is really helpful. So I don't know if this is East Meridia here. Then I think Kupppo has it if he knows where Turian is. I feel like this is East Meridia, or this is what takes you to East Meridia. I cannot find the race room for these 2 runners here. I'm trying to look through here and on the Discord, and I'm not seeing it. It's all good. Beep knows what time these runners have. Trackers are the true MVPs of this tournament. So please follow our tracker. Beep to the boop. Done a phenomenal job. And while we're at it, might as well start plugging some of these peeps. Yeah, thank you SRL for your, I'm sorry, thank you SpeedGaming for your rules. I appreciate it. And thank you for the race room. Here we go. Here's our East Meridia transition. This is going to be wild. So Cassidy knows where Turian is. Kupppo does not. Kupppo hasn't seen Turian yet. Might be able to deduce where Turian is just simply through like deduction with all the portals that Kuppо's seen so far. But, you know, Kupppo looking a little bit lost. I'm not sure how well they've tracked. I know sometimes that even like with my best efforts, I still heck up my tracking a little bit. Cassidy looks like uncomfortable with this beam combo, gonna farm extra supers to get that like 30 for Ridley. I don't think Cassidy can afford to, well, can't afford to die, but I don't think Cassidy can really afford to take time like that. But with just being on 3 E-tanks, maybe 1 or 2 in the reserve, probably a better play to go with they're comfortable with. You know, Ridley's not an easy boss for everybody. And just thinking about Ridley as an easy boss is like, you know, just kind of like depends on your circumstances. Cassidy, just, what are you doing? Just supers. Again, I hate to be critical, but if 30 super, well, you know what? Cassidy was probably trying to make up for some of the supers that, 1 or 2 of the supers that Cassidy missed. It does take 6 missiles to equal 1 super missile, because all those supers do 300 damage. Supers do double damage on Ridley and Phantoon for that matter. I think Cassidy. Kuppо's got to go all the way back to wreck ship. Cassidy knows Turian is there. Gonna get an energy refill here. I think this is Cassidy's race to lose right now. We got to go all the way back through Lower Norfair. But I feel like, oh, Turian's in East Meridia? Oh, heck. I'm sorry then. Then Kupppo definitely has it. Kupppo definitely has it. I don't know why I thought, yeah, that's right, because we went to Forgotten Highway. Sometimes I get Forgotten Highway mixed up with with the vanilla game, but sometimes I mix it up in my brain with the back of Wrecked Ship versus back of East Meridia. So you're right. So Kupppo has actually a very comfortable lead. Yeah. Voxham, I'm sorry to say that Duck and I were unable to find scheduling that worked for both of us, and each of us had our own personal issues that prevented us from scheduling a race. So we were doing it async, and oh yeah, Cassidy's got a long way to go. We're doing it async, so I've already done my race. And I will have to wait until Sunday when Duck is able to play. So for me, I've been done since yesterday, and I am sweating profusely with like massive anxiety, waiting to see how my seed played out. And I'm not going to tell you if I felt good or bad about my seed right now, because I ain't giving Duck a thing. Duck is going to be going in blind. So, but I will tell you this. I will say this secret between all of us. It would be a miracle if I beat Duck, simply because Duck is way better than me. So, like, I have no illusions about being a stronger runner than Duck. Movement-wise, I would say that in a lot of ways we're comparable. But Duck is just is just a much better runner than I am. The war, you forgot about the war. Holy smoke. Is Holy Smoke an Iron Maiden reference? Holy smoke. Yeah, Duck is a great runner, Diddy, I agree. And great on comms. Duck and I did comms last night for the Ruya and Vibrant Colors race. And if you haven't seen that race was pretty incredible. And you know what? While I'm plugging week 7 races, if you have not seen Cross Product versus Vinter, do yourself a solid. And after the races are done tonight, just go. Heck yeah, Diddy. One of these days we'll do comms together. That's my dream. It's a bucket list item, Diddy. We got to get on that. So, and, you know, bop me an RBO so I can have a reason to run RBO again. Please. All right, Kupppo making short work of the Metroids. This is Kupppo's race to lose right now, and that kind of routed nicely. So, you know, Kupppo definitely had better routing than Cassidy. I wouldn't say that's strictly Cassidy's fault. A lot of times in these races, you know, you just kind of check out what item set you have, think about what the logic is telling you, and then you say, well, I can do this because I have this stuff, or I should do this because I have this stuff. So it's not just what the runners think they're good at and what they rely upon. It's also where they're trying to think about, like, where is the game sending me? What is the seed trying to tell me? There's a lot of mental gymnastics that goes on when you are doing a Super Metroid randomizer seed. Even more so than a vanilla run. A vanilla run is much more rehearsed. You know, you got to kind of keep track of things, but you also kind of, you know, you can go on like muscle memory. You don't have to think as much. You start putting area in there, and geez. So Kupppo damaging down. So not a bad idea to take off those suits. It does make damage down a little bit easier, but you know, it really does. There was no need to take off gravity suit really. It's only the Varia suit that matters with the baby, and it's only the Varia suit that matters with Mother Brain as far as the damage. You know, whether you have the power suit or you have gravity suit, Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam will do 6 tanks of damage. And with the baby Metroid, you know, you want to damage down faster, you just, you know, take off that Varia suit. I wonder if we're going to see Kupppo. Oh, Kupppo is already disabled Screw Attack, so we are going to see a Zebetite skip. I would just use ammo at this point, to be honest, rather than pausing to take off Screw Attack. I don't know. Let the runners do what the runners want to do. But I gotta tell you, chat, could you imagine how this race would have swung if Cassidy found Green Brinstar earlier? I'm gonna say that the play of the game was Kupppo finding Green Brinstar and Cassidy not. And just the other thing, the other play, Cassidy going to East Meridia, you know, having found this before Lower Norfair, is Cassidy still looking for ice? Is Cassidy farming? What is Cassidy doing? Going up the toilet. Never mind. Good routing. Smart. I don't have an inner monologue. Some people have an inner monologue. My brain is all abstract. So with my brain being all abstract, I have to talk through my thoughts, which can be kind of irritating for people. Talking to you, my wife, Natasha. It irritates her. I'm fine with that. 60 super missiles will take out Mother Brain. Full beam combo is 20. So if you feel like doing any math, you know, it's a nice way to damage down there. Just take a catch up to the face. So a couple onion rings there. We just want to save. Where are you going? All right. So we are not doing stand up. Unfortunately, Mother Brain ruined our nice energy, but we might get it back. Nice. 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 SpeedGaming 3 rating with a party of 65. You came in at the pivotal moment. Will Kupppo survive and win this race? So 2 major things really changed the direction of this race. Kupppo found Green Brinstar long before cassidymoen did and got Charge Beam, Ice Beam, and High Jump Boots. Cassidy had the knowledge of Turian long before Kupppo, but Kuppo's routing was a little bit better. Unfortunately, Cassidy had to go from Turian all the way to Lower Norfair, and Lower Norfair led to Kraid's Lair, and then you had to go from Kraid's Lair back through Lower Norfair. So really, it was that Green Brinstar play early on for Kupppo that paid off, whereas Cassidy was in Upper Norfair at that time. So that really paid off for Kupppo, but also because of that decision, that, you know, that just put Cassidy where, yeah, you can figure it out. Go back and watch the race. It's a good one. It's a good one. And not having ice, Cassidy's going to have to powerbomb the Metroids. It is 3 power bombs per Metroid. If you can just group the Metroids together, you can take them all out with 3. But, you know, gonna have to be a little mindful of energy. If you screw attack while the Metroids are feeding on you, they cannot feed on you. So, you know, we're not really in a low E-tank scenario here, and we do have Spring Ball. We can kind of jump rope the Metroids, kind of like the baby skip. But if a Metroid does latch onto you and you're in a low energy situation and you have screw attack, if you spin jump, or with space jump, you stay in the air while you're spin jumping, the Metroids will not do any damage. But Cassidy might also be opting for no baby skip and just wanting to damage down a little bit to make that cutscene just kind of go by a little bit faster. We are pretty much separated by a Turian. Kupppo on the escape, and honestly, pretty good time for a full area with all the you know, all the stuff. Oh yeah. Couple about to wrap this one up. We are in the race room and we will wait until Kupppo lands on the ship, but this is Kuppo's race. And what a fine tournament from both of our runners. Kupppo has finished in first place with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 36 seconds. So GG to Kupppo. Hopefully we'll get Kupppo in here for an interview. I do like doing the interviews. See the runners' perspectives. Just talking to the runners in the chat. But very well done. I'm not very familiar with, like I said, Kupppo or Cassidy as runners. I feel like Cassidy might have been out in the scene a little bit longer than Kupppo has. I have commentated a race before that Kupppo has been in. Just one of our weekly randomizer races. So nice to be here to do comms again for Kupppo. A very, very good runner, doing a great job. I don't know if this is their first tournament or not. And you know what, folks? I'm inspired. I hope you're inspired by this. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I might stream some Super Metroid later. Cassidy gonna have to be careful here. Yeah, because that rainbow beam could end this, and we're good. We're good. Just chill. I mean, you might want to ding yourself. Yeah, there you go. All right, we're no. Holy crap! You gotta be careful running into Mother Brain and these randos. I know. I actually did that in my race against Glove. I almost did. It was either my race against Glove or it might have been against Thor. I don't know what it was, but like I had just the Varia suit on. Oh yes, it was against Glove. I had the Varia suit on and I didn't get gravity in the entire seat. So like I went to go damage down on Mother Brain and I almost took myself out of the race because I forgot that it's not like vanilla. You know, the damage values are much different than randomizer, the way the suits work. Yes, son, you can go outside. Can't hear Kupppo over cast audio. Is Kupppo here and I'm just talking over him like a person? Does not seem like Kupppo is here yet, but Kupppo, if you want to come in for an interview, you know, feel free. We can also wait till Cassidy finishes. It's up to you. I've got nowhere to go until the race is over. That's okay. I hear voices too. It's not just you, Nitro. I hope I'm not hearing the same voices you're hearing. That would be weird. Unless you're hearing me and then I'm hearing myself, and then of course. We got a solid 43% of items collected by Kupppo. And it's looking like cassidymoen is going to finish this one out. Not too far apart, not too far apart. And you know what? Just goes to show you that you can run a pretty solid seed and still lose just by one or two different decisions. And I feel like Kupppo checked a lot more items and was a lot more thorough than Cassidy. But it was routing. Now imagine if Charge, Ice, and High Jump Boots, imagine if those were in Upper Norfair. And then what was in Upper Norfair was in Green Brinstar. Then we would have a circumstance where Cassidy likely would have won this race. So both decisions were good decisions by the runners. It just happened to be that, you know, the route just played better to Kupppo. It just won the day for Kupppo. So oftentimes, especially when you get this deep into the Swiss stage, our runners are pretty equally matched based on skill and time, and I think this was a very compelling race. Cassidy, I believe, you know, can be proud of this. I think Kupppo can be proud of this round. Very justifiable decisions by both runners, and it just happened to favor Kupppo in this race. This is kind of what happens to me I just kind of limp home at the end of the race if I'm like, you know, the other person won already, and I'm just kind of like, all right, fine, let's finish this out. You know, just, let's get the Gear Force credits and come on. Boy, I really want to play Super Metroid right now. Cassidymoen getting to the ship, getting a little steamed. An official race time GG time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and I have no idea because I already closed out of the race room. But GG Cassidy, well done, well played. GG gamers, I agree. I don't know what your name is, but a lot of L's and E's. I'll take it. And Kupppo, if you're there, come on in. Let's chat. Let's talk. How do you feel about this one? It's a win. Wins feel good. Can we pull Kupppo in, anybody? Or maybe it's not going to happen until what? Well, we've already marked a winner. Thanks, Beep. But can we get Kupppo in? I mean, you know, Kupppo might not have the comms roll, might not be able to move himself in. I don't know. Can anyone get Kupppo in? Admin. Trying to help Kupppo get in there. So I don't know how to pull Kupppo into the race room, but somebody else just has. Okay, Kupppo, you made it. You made it. GG. Yeah, how was it? Tell us about it.
I thought I took the worst route in the world until I saw gravity.
Yeah, finding gravity late is always kind of rough, especially when you're like, okay, there's all these Meridia transitions. I still haven't done Lower Norfair. Like, let's go.
I also don't think I've ever skipped Upper Norfair, ever.
Well, I got a question for you. Why did you decide not to do the lava dive? Was it just because you wanted to be, you know, you wanted to make sure, like, hey, I got to go find where the rest of the criteria items were?
I think in my mind I was just thinking, it's like, okay, so if this is Vanilla Ridley, this doesn't really unlock anything. It's like a pretty big, you know, it's an endeavor to get there. I can't remember if I had anything to do worst room in the game like Spring Ball or Space Jump at that point. And then I was thinking too, it's like, well, what if that's Torian at the end? I can't remember if I had Gravity Knot either, but then I was thinking if that was like a dead end, then trying to like get back up doing like the reverse amphitheater would be a nightmare. So I just decided I'll just leave it and chance it.
I mean, that's honestly kind of what happened. Was you ended up in Lower Norfair and you got lucky that it was Kraid that was there, because Cassidy ended up finding Turian And if it had been reversed, then I think that would have put Cassidy ahead. So you both made good decisions as far as that is concerned. It's just you kind of got lucky that it was Kraid at the end of Lower Norfair and it was not Turian. Meanwhile, Cassidy had cleared East Meridia and then saw Turian and it was like, oh heck, I have to go all the way and find Lower Norfair. So it's just one of those situations. Plus, early on in the run, you found Green Brinstar. Now just imagine if Charge and Ice and High Jump Boots. Just imagine if those weren't in Green Brinstar. Imagine if those were in Upper Norfair where Cassidy was. Then the whole race could have been turned around. So you both made very good plays in a lot of ways for what you had. But Rando being Rando, a choice that works out for one runner, is if the other runner goes a different route, it doesn't work out. But it's a really compelling race, really good. And you did look a little tilted kind of at the end a little bit, not sure quite where to go, but very, very good to watch. I really enjoyed this race.
Yeah, thanks. I was just checking my map at the very end. It's like, okay, I've skipped basically 2 entire areas of the map. It's got to be in one of these like 7 doors. So I was just trying to take some calculated risks. But yeah, I'm really excited to try to watch it back. GG to cassidymoen, and yeah, that was fun. And
Well,
thanks
I
for
hope you.
commentary.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I at first I wasn't sure if I could or couldn't do it, so I had stuff with my kids all day, and I ended up getting home like I walked in the door at like 6:10, and then I had to feed my dogs, take my dogs out, and get my kids settled in, and then I was like, all right, well I can jump on here. I say better late comms than no comms, so
Yeah, I mean,
everybody brought me up to speed, and we got in a nice stream here. So I hope you enjoy it.
yeah,
Hopefully my
thank you.
comms aren't terrible.
Nah, I'm sure they're great. They're always good, on point.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what it is you just do it. The more you do, the more chances that one of them will be good. So no, I really enjoyed it. I love the community. I love helping out. And I say there's no better way to watch a race than having front row seats.
Yeah, no, it's really great. I've been watching. I mean, yeah, I didn't have any time this week to like do any practice seats. So my
Oh,
practice was just watching
see, that's
where the
brutal
starting
too.
locations were.
Yeah, with the random start, you kind of have to know things, to be able to find out, where's the morph ball? How do I get out of this item? And you guys started in Red Brinstar, which is, can be kind of funky because there's a lot of green doors, there's yellow doors. It's, you can soft lock yourself. I mean, I
I
think
had
morph was at the vanilla location, right?
it was either a vanilla location or it was in the ceiling. I can't remember. But
Right, but you had to
I
go all the way to criteria.
yeah, I had 15, 20 minutes basically like after my kid went to bed to go ahead and try to like run a few seeds or like just run a couple practice seeds, and I ran one red Brinstar. It's like I didn't know this was a thing. I really thought it played 5 minutes of that to figure it out right before.
So I have a funny story for you. It'll only take about 30 seconds to tell. My very first random start race was in Rando League last year, and it was in Bubble Mountain. And I had no idea that the speed booster door was changed from green to blue.
Oh yeah.
I went through everywhere. I tried to check Cathedral. I went to Red Tower. I soft locked myself in a few places. I died in a few places, and I went by that door 4 times before I realized it was blue. And I think it took me 20 minutes to get Morph Ball, and I lost the heck out of that race.
I mean,
So it pays to
trial by
practice.
Norfair fire.
Yeah, no kidding. So hey, at least you didn't get a lower Norfair starting location. Those are particularly brutal.
Yeah, I tried one, and I think I died 2 minutes in. I just reset and was thinking, please just don't let it be lower Norfair.
Yeah, I can do. I think one time I got an Ice Beam in a lower Norfair start. So Varia Morph and Ice Beam. I think Varia was in prison PBs or jail PBs. Morph Ball was at Firefly, and then Ice Beam was at Franker Z. So I took out the Key Hunters with like I don't know, it's like what 100 or like 300 some shots with just ice and just ice shot. But anyways, Kupppo, very, very great to have you here. Anything else you want to say? Unfortunately, we don't have Cassidy here, but GG to Cassidy. Any last words before we close the show?
No, just GG to Cassidy. Thanks for doing comms. Thanks for I can't remember how to pronounce the name. Beepa Bop for doing tracking, and yeah, thanks for everyone for organizing this. This is my first tournament. I've been watching them for a while, but yeah, this is super fun to be involved in. Can't wait to try to help in the community more.
Well, hopefully you'll do that. I remember seeing you. I did comms for you one time at a race you did on Speedrunners Arena, so that was definitely really cool to see you join the tournament and do so well here. And we really hope you stay involved in the community and join some of the future tournaments. And hey, we always need trackers. We always need commentary. So if I just feel free, jump on in. If you feel nervous by yourself, they're really good about getting first timers paired up with somebody who's done it before. So it's really cool to get into if that's your thing.
Yeah,
But
no, now that I'm not playing next week, I'm gonna try to figure out if I could do comms or track.
awesome. Well, if you need any help or anything like that, feel free to DM me or any of the or any of the admins in the Discord. I'm sure somebody's going to be willing to help out. But with that, I need to eat dinner and I got some things to do and I don't want to hold you up. So if that's all, you're
That's
good.
all. All right, thanks, Kev.
Thanks, Kupppo. All right. Well, thanks to Beep for tracking. Thanks to SpeedGaming 6 for putting on this show for everybody. And Beep to the Bop and Beep to the Boop and everybody behind the scenes. And especially all of you out there spectating and watching the race and supporting us. So from me, Kev Nastics, I will see you next mission.